In March 2011, my friend Joel and I received a mountain fellowship grant from the American Alpine Club to travel to the south coast of Newfoundland and explore new climbing opportunities. In September, we set sail. What follows is a humorous documentation of our trip.
I've sailed upon the oceans wide, sailed the world around. I've sailed on barks and brigantines from Lisbon to St. John's. I've sailed upon...
Our journey began in Bar Harbor, Maine, from where we drove 11 hours through New Brunswick and Nova Scotia to the town of North Sydney. From North Sydney, we took a 7-hour ocean ferry, the Blue Petit, which brought us to Port-aux-Basques, Newfoundland. From Port-aux-Basques, we traveled 5 hours overland to the town of Burgeo. In Burgeo, we caught a second, smaller ferry, the MV Marine Voyager, which brought us to the small, remote fishing village of François. Once in François, a retired local fisherman, George Fudge, helped us load our equipment into his boat, the Royal Oak, and then transported us to Ronkonkoma Bay West, our first climbing destination. Life in Ronkonkoma Bay was simple, alternating between climbing and hanging out in the tent during the numerous days of foul weather.
Ho, ho, the rattling bog, the bug down in the valley, oh. Rear bog, the rattling bog, the bug down in the valley, oh. Well, in the bog there was a hole, a rear hole, a rattling hole in the bug down in the valley, oh. Ho, ho, the rattling bog, the bug down in the valley, oh. Rear bog, the rattling bog, the bug down in the valley. Within our first 2 days of being in Ronkonkoma Bay, we established one new route called Up to Camp, and climbed one more which may or may not have been a first ascent. Well, in the hole there was a tree, a rare tree, a rattling tree in the hole, in the hole, in the bug down in the valley, oh. Ho, ho, the rattling bog, the bug down in the valley, oh. Rear bog, the rattling bog, the bug down in the valley, oh. On the tree there was a branch, a rare branch, a rattling branch in the tree, in the hole, in the hole, in the bug down in the valley, oh. Unfortunately for us, there also was a lot of rain.
Well, here in Ronkonkoma Bay, we have just learned that a hurricane is imminent. So we're hanging out, kind of bored, killing time in our oil slicks. Fortunately, we have the remedy to all of our problems, which is copious amounts of alcohol. Here at the bar, we have Joel and
Newfoundland
Rico.
bar. We've got 3 drinks, actually quite a few. We got vodka on the rocks, whiskey on the rocks, bourbon also on the rocks. But today, we have an even choicer drink. I think in the States they call them Bloody Marys. Here we're calling them vodka and tomato juice. Take 8 parts vodka to 1 part tomato juice. Preferably low sodium. Alcohol dehydrates you as well, so drop it in. Quick swirl. There you have, folks. Nice early afternoon mixer.
After the hurricane abated, it was time for us to head to Devil's Bay for more exploration. We decided to head inland to an unexplored cliff a friend had spotted on a prior expedition. Our 5-hour hike was rewarded by our choice of 4 to 5 pitch virgin lines. We put up one such route, Where's Waldo, on the first day. Unfortunately for us, the weather had other plans. Can't explain what's going on right now.
Just about to pack up again. Weather is sunny. We got dropped off at Blow Me Down. We're over here at this route we just put up, which is in front of me. It's supposed to rain for the next couple days. The storm came today early, so we're going to hike back. It's not too far, only about 6 hours or so. Should make it by this evening, where the cocktails await us. Pretty standard. We have not checked the weather.
So here we are, checkpoint 1, about 2 hours into our hiking mission. Still pouring rain. We found some nice shelter to have a little breakfast. Rico, what are we having?
I'm going PB fluff tortilla.
We're on PB fluff and tortillas.
What are you doing, Deeks?
Well, looks like I'm gonna have about the same thing. Here we are back at camp. We made it through all the rain. Took us 5 hours of hiking. Still pretty windy out. The rain has ceased, but all of our stuff is soaking wet. So, we're gonna spend the rest of the afternoon enjoying some of Kentucky's finest and Milwaukee's finest while we dry out. After drying out our sopping wet gear, we decided to repeat the first 5 pictures of the central pillar of aestheticism on Blow Me Down.
Oh, ho, the rattling bog, the bug down in the valley, oh. Rear bog, the rattling bog, the bug down in the valley, oh. On the branch there was a limb, a rare limb, a rattling limb. Limb on the branch, and a branch, and a tree, and a tree, and a hole, and a hole, and a bug down in the valley, oh. Ho, ho, the rattling bog, the bug down in the valley, oh. Rear bog, the rattling bog, the bug down in the valley.
At long last, our time in Newfoundland had come to an end. We reversed our travels, and finally, we were back in Maine. We'd like to extend a big thank you to everybody who helped make this trip possible. The American Alpine Club, Sterling Rope, Cadillac Mountain Sports, and the Atlantic Climbing School.